It's just a dog.
Wait. Oh, just a little doggy. Come here.
It's just a dog.
Dog?
Dog.
What's his name, huh? Glenn. Oh, you kidding me? Who's the idiot naming dogs these days, Lieutenant?
What do you want to call him, Fido?
Give me an exit down that alley! Sergeant! Fuck that! Where did it come from? What do you see?
I don't know, man.
What's going on?
How do we get out of here? Lieutenant, where's the exit at? We're boxed in. We'll take a position by the wall. Move go.
Hi, and welcome to a brand new segment of For Your Review. I'm your host, Scott Birmingham.
I'm Ross Martin.
Thanks for joining us. Hey, right off the top, here in Reno next week, that's right, March 24th and the 25th, the Reno Film Festival is presenting basically the top films for the Oscar shorts for the live action and the animation. These are films that were nominated that you typically don't get a chance to see. The Reno Film Festival is presenting an opportunity for you to go see it at UNR, at the Joe, both Thursday and Friday night. So you get to actually see these nominated films other than going down to LA, or if you're in a different state. Not many places actually have this, so it's kind of a big coup for us to be able to go and watch these shorts. So if you're interested in the Oscar shorts and short movies as a whole, these are kind of the cream of the crop of last year, so go check it out. That's next week at UNR. Let's talk about Battlefield Los Angeles.
It's Battle Los Angeles, not Battlefield.
Isn't it Battlefield?
No.
Battlefield Los Angeles. Great trailer. I love the trailer, by the way.
I do like the trailer.
Great setup. It's one of the few that actually every time they showed it, I loved watching it. I liked the music and everything. When I first saw the trailers, it kind of gave me, the general feel was kind of like District 9 in a way to me.
Yeah.
The visuals and everything like that. I think that they did great casting. Aaron Eckhart as Staff Sergeant Michael Nance. Terrific in a film with a number of otherwise some relative unknown actors. I mean, there's at least one or two other people that I've seen other stuff. But for the most part, this is the first time I've seen a lot of these actors. The entire film is shot almost entirely handheld and frenetically cut, much like the Jason Bourne films are.
Yeah, it definitely reminded me of that. It was. It seemed like Paul Greengrass directed it.
A lot. 75% of the film is pretty intense. I mean, mostly in how they captured the scenes that they did. I think the effects are top-notch and pretty realistic. In fact, I thought a number of the scenes provided a very wartime feeling for me. Very realistic, much like the opening scenes of Saving Private Ryan, where they're getting off and getting shot at and bullets are coming all over the place. It really kind of put that setting pretty quickly for you. However, I think that there were some really important elements missing from the movie. I mean, the general feeling of the movie, Los Angeles is under attack. Then the story focuses on a Marine Corps battalion squad that's sent to comb a several block radius of LA and to find basically survivors and to bring them back. What the film never really addresses, and what would be important to me as an audience member, is why the enemy is even there. It offers guesswork, but nothing more. It would have been far better of a movie, far juicier of a film to sit through had there been incorporated some type of an explanation scene, either even at the very ending of the movie, a paragraph scroll, something that summed up what throughout the whole movie you're wondering, well, why are these guys here? Why are we fighting them?
It was lazy. It was an excuse to make a 2-hour movie with humans fighting aliens in Los Angeles.
And that's kind of what provides the confusion of this film for me. There are really intense drama moments in the film. In fact, there's scenes about leadership, survival attitude, having a combat and winning mentality, which serve well enough that it would be nice to have a bigger picture then of why we're there to begin with.
So you have these dramatic moments with all these different characters, but they don't give you a reason to care about the characters otherwise.
Exactly.
They're like, oh, you need to cry at this part. It's like, why? I don't even know who these people are. I don't care about them. They're going to get killed. Okay.
Whatever. Well, you know, at the end when the end credits roll, I'm just sitting there thinking, okay. I mean, that was it. It didn't have a sense of victory in my head about the resolve as the story and becoming involved with it.
Yeah.
I feel it's an important component in knowing why are they blowing up buildings. I mean, it seemed flat and just an excuse to incorporate some otherwise great effects and sound into a fairly good movie that could have been a lot better.
Yeah, it's just the Alien movie of the week, really. I mean, how is this any different from Independence Day or anything
Well,
like
we
that?
were just talking about that, actually.
Really?
And it's interesting that you brought that one up, because that's our production guy brought up too. Let's contrast that for a second. Well, Independence Day 1 has some humor in it.
Yeah.
It's a movie that doesn't take itself too seriously.
Right.
And it is a little over the top, and it is a fun ride. Battle of LA is not, to me, a fun ride to go through. It's a really... to me, it's almost
even
like
boring at times. It's
well-
it's too long. It's the same thing over and over. It's like one extended scene, really. I mean, if you're gonna make a movie like that, at least break it up and kind of.
Well, you know, we go into the whole area like at the first 15 minutes of the film when they're, well, actually it's more like in the first half hour of it, when they finally get that ground confrontation with something. I mean, at first it's so smoky you can't make out what anything is. It's an alien film. Give me a break. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out this is who they're fighting. I think that they thought they were making like the Jaws movie, where you don't see the shark for a while, but you get little glimpses of here and there. It's like the faster you show the shot, it's like the scarier it's supposed to really be, because we don't want to prolong it too long and give anything away. But you're thinking, you know what? These guys are fighting, but fighting what? What's the point?
The only explanation they give in the entire movie is just they're here for the water. It's like, okay, who cares?
Exactly.
They're all around the world. They're fighting in Los Angeles.
And actually, I
Like,
thought they would show a
who cares?
shot of like the ocean, you know, shriveling up or something when they said that. I'm thinking, oh, what's the point of mentioning that then? You know, there's a point where they're trying to kill the alien being.
Yeah.
They're trying to figure out various ways, and once they figure it out, it's like, well, now we've got the whole thing. You know, we'll win this thing now for sure. And obviously, it takes a while before they get to any kind of a winning standpoint.
It's an alien movie, and you think it's sci-fi, but there's really no idea behind it. There's nothing cool to think about. Like the difference you were comparing this to District 9. The difference between this and District 9 is District 9 actually gives you some stuff to think about.
Well,
It gives
you're
you
right.
good themes and
It's
stuff.
not a comparison story-wise, because I thought story-wise, District 9 is far more interesting of a
Well,
story.
District
to tell.
9 is a story. Like, this is the
Well,
story.
when my point is, with a film like this, there really isn't much of a story to tell here. We're in a battle. We're in a 2-hour battle. We're not focusing really much on who our enemy is.
Yeah.
We're focusing on this one guy and this torn leadership quality that he's had, doubts that I just thought were a little silly for these other people to incorporate, because we're not going anywhere with it. And it's not even, as I was commenting earlier, you know, this would be a great recruitment film for the Marine Corps, because, you know, it's really pro-light of Marine Corps, you know, and the mentality and whatnot. But as a sci-fi film, as an alien film, other than great effects, great, wonderful, over-the-top effects,
Spent a lot
very
of money on it.
realistic.
Honestly, this is just a way to make money. They made a good trailer for it. They made it look
did.
like a really cool sci-fi movie. Got people to go see it, and that's all they needed. You know.
So for the one thing I
It's
really liked,
forgettable,
I give them
ultimately.
really strong kudos that a lot of action films don't have, is decent quality acting. And this has it. This has it all over the place, really, really good. What I really dislike, though, and I dislike it more and more, is just blowing up buildings and shooting up people, and them feeling that that's the only ingredients that are needed to create an enemy that we otherwise really don't understand.
They have
We don't
decent
get
actors,
it.
but the writing isn't that good. That's the thing. The dialogue isn't that great.
It kind of came and went, I thought. I thought they had some really important scenes. I thought the delivery was really good. But what next? You know, I just didn't feel like resolved at the end. I was so more curious about these creatures and why they were there, and when they killed the little communication ship at the end.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, okay.
He just has like a way of giving endings away to movies, I guess.
Well, I know everybody was just leaning in their chairs wondering how it all ends.
Yeah, in this case, I don't really care.
Yeah, I don't think it
About
really
halfway
matters.
through, I realized they weren't really going to resolve anything. You know, so I was just kind of, I got bored about halfway through and just, I don't want to say I stopped paying attention, because I was still paying attention, but I just didn't care as much anymore.
I gave it about 3 out of 4, because there was so many
Why do
other
you give
things
everything
I
a 3
liked.
out of 4? You even like every movie
Not
ever.
everything,
3 out of 4.
because there was a lot of things about that were good. I think that the story, which is pretty important for this one, I think if you go in and all you're going to do is want some eye candy, it's a movie for you. If you're not going to be
Yes.
really too much in the story and what happens,
But who isn't into a story when you go and see a movie? That's why you go see a
well,
movie.
you'd be surprised.
You want to see, good
You'd be
story on screen.
surprised. I'm just saying. I know. Ross is just trying to shake it up a little bit. I don't know if I'd spend the money. I'd Redbox it for sure. Easy.
For sure.
For sure, I'd
I'd say
Redbox
skip it.
for $1. For $1!
Go rent one of the other Alien movies that are out there. There are a million of them. It's like one every month.
Maybe.
Why see this one? There's really no reason.
Next week, 2 good movies that at least we're talking about reviewing next week. One is the Bradley Cooper, Robert De Niro movie, Limitless, which is starting to get a little bit of buzz. So I'm curious to see how that's going to be. And then the Matthew McConaughey movie, The Lincoln Lawyer, which I don't know really much about at all. I've not heard much
Based
about
on a
it.
book, I know that. And the trailer looked good. I think both those trailers look pretty good.
So some good movies to watch out for this week. Until then, we'll check them out and we'll talk about it. For Ross Martin, I'm your host, Scott Birmingham, and this is For Your Review.
Well, in order for a career to evolve, I'm going to have to move on.
That you would even think that would only show me how unprepared you are to be on your own. I mean, you do know you're a freak. Your deductive powers are a gift from God or chance or a stray shot of sperm or whatever, or whoever the hell wrote your life script. A gift, not earned. You do not know what I know because you have not earned those powers. You're careless with those powers. You flaunt them and you throw them around like a brat with his trust fund. You haven't had to climb up all the greasy little rungs. You haven't been bored blind at the fundraisers. You haven't done the time in that first marriage to the girl with the right father. You think you can leap over it all in a single bound. You haven't had to bribe or charm or threaten your way to a seat at that table. You don't know how to assess your competition because you haven't competed. Don't make me your competition.